So today we're going to be doing a 4-star tier list here for Honkai Star Rail, and my previous video was the 5-star tier list, so if you guys like to check that out, I'll go ahead and leave a link down below so you guys can go check that out right after this one. Now this video, I'm going to go ahead and just rank the 4 stars alone, and then I'm also going to rank the MC in this one because I didn't actually rank the main character in the other one, so I'm just going to put them in here in this one as well because I feel like they, most of the time MCs are like about the power of 4-star rarity, but for some reason, honestly, the Fire MC is very strong. So you'll go ahead and see where I rank them. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we move on, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, like the video if you like the video, and share this around. All right, let's just jump right into it, guys. Let's talk about what we have here. Our very first unit that we're going to be going over is Herta. Now Herta is going to be a unit that you get for free by completing the simulated universe, and once you do that, you will get her for the free ski, right? And she's actually really good at AoE and follow-up attacking, and she's ice, and she does a decent amount of damage as far as when it comes to AoE. But as far as single target damage, it is not good at all, guys. It's not good at all. It's really bad. It's really bad. So do not ever depend on Herta as your single target DPS for any ice fights or just in any fights in general, but she does really good in cleaning up house with her spin, but they do have to be under 50% as well for her to do that follow-up attack. It's not like Himeko where you just have to stack her 3 charges and she goes and does her follow-up attacks. Herta, you have to bring them down 50%, and she does that, and she does it really well. But yeah, I think she's okay. And so before I had her at A, but now that since the game came out and I played with her a little bit more, I'm gonna go ahead and put her in B tier, but I still think she is a great farmer nonetheless, so we're gonna put her at B. Now the next character we're going to be ranking is March 7th. Now March 7th is one of the characters that you do start off with, and she is really good at what she does. She shields and freezes, which is great. She's a support character, and that's what she's supposed to do. Keep your allies protected with that nice juicy shield that she does have. But the only thing with her shield is that even though she puts that shield on them, it makes them likely to get attacked. So even though let's say you put a shield on someone that's low HP, it's still going to make them being likely to get attacked. So it's not the best shield in the world, but it is a very nice chunky shield that she does give. Now she does make up for it a lot by having her AoE freeze that she has for her ultimate, which is great, right? Because freeze is just as good as stun, like I always say, because it causes the enemy to lose their turn. And yeah, that's actually really good. And she also has a pretty decent counter attack as well. But yeah, most of the time you're going to be using her for her shielding and her freezing, which is pretty good. So honestly, March 7th, I want to put her in B. I don't use her a lot, but I honestly think she's a B character, honestly, guys. So we're just gonna put her at B for now. I might end up raising her at A, who knows? So I'll let you guys know when I do change my mind. Now Dan Heng, guys, Dan Heng is S tier because his single target damage is actually really good. He also has some nice debuffing that he does. He puts the speed down on enemies. He also has a multi-hit on his skill that costs 1 point. And then on top of that, he increases his crit damage if the enemy does have slow on them, which he does that himself, which is very nice. Oh, also I forgot to mention that March 7 does provide a cleanse with her skill when she shields them, so that's actually really good. So that could honestly boost her up to here in the A tier, but we'll still keep her in B. But back to Dan Heng, guys. Yeah, he does a bunch of damage, and he's very reliable with the damage that he does. But again, the only thing is you want to make sure that you have slow on them so you can get the max potential on his attack, right? So yeah, his passive is really good. Like if he's targeted with a buff or something of that nature, right? He's gonna go ahead and give himself more wind penetration, so he's gonna do even more damage because the damage he does is wind. So that's very nice. So, but yeah, we're gonna put him at S or A, right? But I'm gonna put him at S because I just feel his DPS is really good. Now for the next target, we have another S tier character, which is Natasha, guys. Natasha is, there's only 2 healers in the game, and she's one of the free healers you get, and she's gonna go ahead and be in the S tier because if you don't get Balu, she's gonna be the one that you go to for the heals. Now Natasha is great because she could do a single target heal on her skill that also leaves a heal over time as your allies take turns. They'll go ahead and get healed, and also she has a big AoE heal on her ultimate that heals the entire party, but it's based on her max HP, so you want to make sure you build her relics with a lot of HP so it can make her tankier to last in fights a lot longer and have bigger heals. But yeah, since Natasha's one of the only 2 healers, she's gonna be definitely an S, and I recommend everyone to definitely build Natasha because she comes in clutch, trust me. And Natasha definitely belongs in S tier. Honestly, you know what, we'll keep Don Hang at A. Next we're gonna put in Serval. Serval is a lightning unit that does really good lightning damage. She does AoE lightning damage on her skill, and then she also applies shock, which does lightning damage every turn that the enemy takes their turn, which is good. And then her ult amplifies that and makes those debuffs get extended longer, so the shock debuff will be on them longer. Basically, that's all she really does, is just AoE, and she does really well at it, honestly, guys. But that's about it. Just like down hang, she does really good damage, but more AoE than single target focused, but still decent and good at what she does, guys. So we can put her at A or B, guys. I'm looking forward to maybe putting her in B, but we can slot her in. We'll keep her at B for now. Next we got Asta. Asta is a great unit because she is a supporter that gives everybody a speed buff on her ultimate, and which is really good, guys. Speed is always valuable in turn-based games, so you can go ahead and be able to get turns faster for your characters. And yeah, and then on her skill, guys, she has a move that hits 5 times. Multi-hitting moves on character skills is really good because it helps them break people faster. Now because she's a support, she's not going to do the best damage, but you can build her with break, and she can help you break those enemies gauges a lot faster to stop them from doing some moves and just to do that burst damage, which is really good, right, guys? So Asta, she's really good. And then on her skill, she also applies an attack buff depending on how many charges she has, but very good. They kind of come off every turn, but you can always reset them and get those back up with your E very easily. So Asta, definitely an A tier. I want to put her in S, but we'll just keep her in A tier for now. Next we have Shinshu. Honestly, guys, because she's the only quantum unit, I want to put her in D, but because she's the only quantum unit you get right now, she is gonna go in C. Now the reason why I give her C, guys, is because this unit makes you go ahead and use her skill over and over again until you can get matching jade stones. That's what they call it. I forgot what they call it exactly. It's like these domino looking things, and when you match them, she can go ahead and do an enhanced basic attack that hits adjacent targets, which do a pretty decent amount of damage. But at the end of the day, if you don't match those, you can simply consume all the skill points that you have, and it's not even guaranteed, right? It's more like a gambling character, and that's what she is. She's very fun to use, but not reliable, guys. And because she's the only quantum unit, I can keep her in C instead of putting her in D, right? So yeah, we're gonna keep her here. You do get her for free though, which is a good thing. So yeah, she's gonna still do the good quantum damage, and as she takes turns, you don't have to use your skill all the time. Her passive lets you go ahead and get a matching stone every turn, so if you don't use your skill every 4 turns, you're gonna go ahead and get all the matching jade stones, so you can do the enhanced basic attack. But yeah, you're not gonna want to do that. If she's DPS, you're gonna want to use her skill. The only way you can really get the matching 4 jade stones real quick is if you use her ultimate, which is an AoE attack, and then your next basic attack is guaranteed to have 4 jade stones. That's the only other way you can get guaranteed, and that's the only reliable way you'll get the enhanced basic attack and the 4 jade stones matched. So we're gonna go ahead and put Shinshu here in the C tier. Next we got Tangyun. Tangyun is easily one of the best 4 stars in the game. She is like a mini Brawny, I always say, but not exactly like Brawny because she gives a damage boost, right, on her E. And then on her ultimate, she also gives a damage boost as well, with giving energy to one of your allies, which is very valuable because she's the only unit that can really fill up the ultimate gauge of any of your units, and she's the only one that does that right now, and that's really good. She actually does good single target damage too as a support. Yeah, she really excels in those things because she's able to give energy and amplify and boost up one of your allies' abilities. It's gonna really make her shine, especially knowing that she gives you energy, and she's the only character that can do that in the game, and she's a 4-star, which makes her super duper valuable. So if you don't have Brawny, guys, and you get to pull Tangyun, definitely use her. Tangyun, definitely S tier. Okay, next we got Arlen. Yeah, he looks cool and all, and he you know, he helps out a lot in the space station or whatever through the lore. But we're talking about kit, right? And honestly, guys, Arlen, his kit is good, but he needs a lot of support, right? The less HP he has, the more damage he's gonna do. And he doesn't only do a lot of single target, he can do also a lot of AoE, which is good, but they gotta add some downsides to him. And he's very squishy, and because he's taking away his own health, he's pretty susceptible to getting taken down, right? Especially towards the end game when the enemies are gonna really start hitting like trucks. You know, he's good and all, but he's not gonna be as reliable as people seem like he's gonna be. You know, like I said, you have to build like you have to make sure you have a lot of protective supports around him for him not to be taken down so easily, and make sure that you keep him at his low threshold so he can keep doing the most damage. Now on his E, it doesn't cost any skill points for you to do it, but again, his E does take away his own health, and it's pretty risky. We can keep him in C here for now. I was gonna put him in D, honestly, because I'm not a big fan of those type of characters that really injure themselves to do more damage. But you know, I guess we'll just keep him in C for now. And yeah, let's keep moving. Now Pella, we got Pella. She is the only debuffer in the game, and she does AoE debuffing, and she can definitely help your DPS do a lot more damage, because defense down in turn-based games is really good. And she also has a strip, so you're gonna want to bring her in for those fights that those enemies put on those crazy buffs that make them do a lot of damage, and she can take those off and help you out big time. And she has moves that she can definitely help her regenerate some of her energy, but that's about it. She's the ice element. She's not going to be doing the most damage. She's going to do decent damage while also providing some great really good debuffs. So Pella, we're gonna slot her in. We can either put her in top B tier, or we're gonna put her in B tier. Honestly, guys, I haven't used her much, but I think she has a lot of potential, like I said, and she can easily be in A tier, but we'll keep her in B tier. Now Hook, I've really been big on Hook, honestly, guys. I think she does a lot. She can debuff, she can get her own energy regeneration going on. She can do a good single target, good AoE damage as well. She can apply burn, like I said. She does a lot, and I think she belongs to at least be in the A tier, just because of all the things that she can do when she's compared to other DPS such as Dan Heng, which she does do a lot of single target, but Dan Heng can do no AoE, right? So she can actually deal with AoE, like multiple enemies and single target enemies, because she has a really versatile kit. So definitely A for now. I used to put her in S tier, but we'll just keep her in A for now, because yeah, we'll just keep her there. But Hook does pretty good damage. Next we got Sushiang, and she's gonna be one of the highest single target damaging units in the game, and she's a 4-star unit, guys. And she also gets an extra turn with her ultimate, which is really good. It kind of makes you feel like Seele in a sense, but not really. But still very good. Does a lot of damage, gives herself speed and stuff. It has a multi-hit on her E. Very solid. Sushiang definitely goes in the S tier, and plus her ultimate summons a chicken, right? Why wouldn't she be S tier? Next we got Sampo. Sampo's more niche, right? You want to use him when you have a lot of debuff going on. He's going to amplify those dots on that enemy, and it's going to help out your team a ton. But he has a good breaking ability, guys, and yeah, he's going to provide you with a lot of possibilities to do a bunch of damage over time ability. And because he's so niche, we're going to put him over here in the B tier. And now for the MC, guys, there's two MCs. We're going to use Jing Yuan as the physical MC, and then we're going to use the girl MC as the fire MC. Now the fire MC, I believe fire MC is going to be an S tier character easily. Fire MC is the only unit with an actual taunt in the game. They put a shield up on everyone with their E as well, while garnering attention and making sure that they take a hit, which is huge. They scale off defense with their ultimate as well, and then also they can apply shields on their basic enhanced attack, which is very good. They're not going to do the most damage, but they're there to protect your teammates and provide shields and do some decent amount of damage. But the way the fire MC is able to provide these shields so easily is really nice. So yeah, I think the fire MC belongs in the S tier, or we can probably put that fire MC in the A tier. But for me, I love the fire MC a lot, and I see a lot of future use and a lot of use in general with the fire MC. And yeah, I think the fire MC belongs in the S tier. Now the physical MC is gonna be a really good unit. I think he's gonna be high B. The reason why he or either low A, I think, guys, is because the physical MC is gonna be doing doing a lot of damage with their skill. They're gonna go ahead and do an adjacent attack. It's not AoE, but the reason they seem a lot better than what they really are is because in the beginning of the game you get a lot of physical units, but honestly that's all they really bring in is the attack with their skill. But their ultimate's really good, where you can choose an empowered single target attack or empowered adjacent attack, which I think is really nice, having that versatility on their ultimate. So because of that, we can slot them in A because of how good they feel. But honestly, for me, I can put based on the kit, they don't really bring too much to the table other than that. So honestly, I would put them at B. So as more the units come out, I'm pretty sure the physical Emcee will get overshadowed and stuff. So yeah, this is definitely my tier list, guys. If honestly for me, I would put it Arlen in D, but I'm just being nice, I'll keep them at C. But this is what I think my tier list would look on the 4-star units personally. And yeah, if anything, what we can honestly adjust here is probably putting March 7th maybe at the A tier, because if you don't have another healer like Natasha, you're gonna need another support when you need 2 teams in the Forgotten Hall. So she's gonna be your go-to if you don't have Bailu, right? So yeah, you're gonna be using, or if you don't have Bailu or Japard, right? So you're gonna be going to March 7th, which kind of boosts her a lot up in especially in the early game. I definitely think we could put her there, but everyone else is pretty good. And because everyone has access to Serval, and she's like the only lightning unit really that you can really get, like we can swing her up to A tier only because of that. Like let's say if you're not lucky, you don't pull Arlen or Tangyun, at least you'll have a lightning unit, and because she's going to be the only lightning unit that you have access to, where that brings her up to an A. So I think this is actually the final tier list that I would put, guys, and this is my 4-star tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, guys, this is my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt, and let me know down below where you guys would place some of these units. All right, guys, so I'm looking forward to see what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's your boy Jada. I'm out. Peace.